is exploring opportunities to produce in India for India. Moving on, AI startup Fractal Analytics is committed to go public and is eyeing to hit public markets by FY26. That's a word coming in from the company founder and CEO Srikanth Velamakanni. In conversation with Rachna Dhanrajani, Velamakanni revealed the company is working towards the launch of an Agentic Platform. Here's a slice of that conversation.
See, overall tech industry is growing at a multiplier of the GDP growth of the world, which is what it is right now, which is 3.5%. So tech services industry is probably growing about 5% or so. But that's not true about AI. AI is growing much faster. In fact, every major company is a tech company now, and they're spending a lot more on AI than ever before. So we are seeing the tailwinds of that influence our growth as well.
If I'm not wrong, you've spent around 7% of your total revenue on AI R&D in FY24. What is the outlook like? As you said, now every tech company is pretty much an AI company. Will this spend increase, and by how much?
Our spends are increasing on research as a fraction of revenue. We expect to spend between 7 and 10% of revenue on R&D. We continue to do that for the next many years. But that's just one of the various ways in which we spend. We're also spending on building products and taking things to market. And all of Fractal's revenues are AI revenues. And every time we hire about 2,000 people a year. That's all going into more R&D, bringing more solutions, solving problems for our big clients, and so on.
Right. Your AI launch pipeline has also been quite strong recently. If you could give us an outlook as to what happens in the coming FY or in the coming next 1 year.
Yeah, so the last 12 months, we did 3 big launches. One we called MarshallGoldsmith.ai, which is an AI coach. It's free to the world. Everybody can use it. Second, we did Kaleido.ai, which is a text-to-image model, again, free to the world. And 3, we did Vaidya.ai, which is a chat GPT for healthcare, which we launched in last year as well. This year, we expect to launch an agentic platform called Cogentic, which is already doing a lot of work in B2B setup. We are going to launch some of that to the world. We also want to release a reasoning model called Ramanujan, which is doing an amazing job of taking a foundation model and building mathematical and logical reasoning on top of that and doing complex coding tasks and so on. And 3, we have a research project called Project Pioneer, which is a multi-agentic system that accomplishes real-world tasks, like software development, things like that.
How do you help employees more upskill themselves and be ready for AI using AI?
No, the first thing I will say is that anybody who's graduating today must go deep into something. Just breadth is not enough. You have to pick a topic and become really good. Ability to learn and the learning to learn. So this topic you may learn may become outdated, in which case can you learn another topic and go deep into it. So that's very important for students and early career professionals. Second is that foundation models will give us answers. Sometimes they hallucinate. How do you find out what is right versus what is wrong? This ability to do critical thinking is also a very important skill that every engineer, every person in the world must build on. And third, I would say, is that there are many uniquely human skills. Our ability to have compassion, our ability to connect with others, and these sorts of human skills are something that we all want to have, because people who will get hired and will grow in organizations will be the ones who have high emotional intelligence and high emotional quotient.
Lastly, with the IPO happening soon, you'll pretty much be the first company to be AI focused and be listed on the bourses. What made you go the IPO route at this point, especially now that the market has been so dynamic?
So at Fractal, we have had this vision to be a public company because we want to set up this company for the next 100 years. So being public is part of our roadmap, that we want to be a public company, because I think being public makes you not just responsible to your shareholders, but to stakeholders at large, the government, employees, your clients, the world at large. And that's what will make Fractal relevant for the next 100 years. And that's why we think it is important for Fractal to be a public company sooner than later.
So when?
Sometime soon.
By the end of this FY or next FY?
We hope to be public this year, and the rest...
FY25, that is.
FY26.
26.
Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. More news and updates